Hello, welcome everybody to Nerdy Old Man. This is Thunder God Comics, and this right over there, that guy is Stevie B. What's up,
That's me.
Stevie?
What's going on, man?
Everything been going well for you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Busy. Always seems like I'm running now. I'm always running. Can't seem to get a few minutes to myself anymore.
You keep getting some more of those. Don't be that customer.
Yeah, I just posted one. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Those are fun, man. Um, yeah, the plan was to do one like maybe, once every other week or something, but with my schedule, it's really hard to film. So, I don't know, maybe once a month. I don't know, or once whenever I can get the free minute to film.
No, these are actually people that's coming into.
Yeah, no, these are all true stories. These are all facts. This is stuff I deal with on a daily basis,
I
every
don't know.
single day.
I done
I
it for
just,
a long. I done it for a long time. I used to years ago. I used to be at a like sicko. Hey, what's up, Kevin?
what's up, Cap?
Thanks for popping in. Um, sicko slash, I don't know if you ever heard of 7-Elevens
Oh yeah, who hasn't heard of 7-Elevens?
years ago. And when I see you talk about them people, I always think I'm like, oh my God, yeah. Before I started doing other stuff, I was like, yeah, I've done them, and those people are out there.
Man, I'll tell you something though. Last night, I've been working at this place for 3.5 years, and I've dealt with drunks. I've dealt with uh, meth heads and I mean belligerent customers and angry customers. I've dealt with them all, but last night was the first time that I ever dealt with somebody that I honestly thought I could have been in danger. He was so cracked out of his mind. He was very. It was a volatile situation. He was very angry, and he was very. He was yeah, he was combustible, man, and he was about
What
ready to snap.
would have been your local law enforcement close by? Because I know, like when I used to work years ago in that same occupation, um, they usually like would just kind of sit in some chairs because if it was them and if they were in uniform and we knew who the local people were and you could get the free cup of we're not gonna
Yeah,
charge the people here to protect us. you know I don't
yeah,
care. I don't give a shit. Some of the people that try to give officers bad names, when I worked with them for so long, I know how hard their jobs are. Is every
oh
single
yeah.
one of them? If every single one of them a golden apple, fuck no.
No, hell no. Is
But
anybody
is a
any
majority?
profession all golden apples?
Yeah,
No,
there's no golden fucking apple in any job you work. I don't care what it is. The only
no,
reason everybody notices about the bad ones in law enforcement is because it stands out more.
yeah. The
That's
problem
it.
with it is, and the problem with it is that there are so many people that are trying to discredit the good ones that they're overshadowing the ones that actually need to be thrown under the jail that are working in law enforcement. I mean, there are some corrupt cops out there, but like you said, there's corrupt people in every
There's
aspect,
corrupt
every business,
businessmen. There's
but
corrupt factory workers.
yeah,
There's,
but
there's
you
corrupt. There's corrupt anybody.
but the problem is these people that are posting these heavily edited videos of cops in the middle of an arrest where they conveniently film the last part of it and not the first part of it. They're going after, attacking the character of good cops that are doing their job so much to the point where they're taking away the focus off of the bad ones that aren't doing their job that need to be exposed. And I've said that 100 times, and and if let's face it, who are you going to call when you need somebody? I mean, these people that they're bashing and they're dragging their names through the mud all over these YouTube videos and stuff like that. um, they're trying to destroy the careers of people that would lay their life down to protect them if they had to, and that it's a touchy subject with me because I have several good friends that are on the police force, and one of them got drugged through the mud pretty hard one time over something that he didn't do, and I was there and witnessed the whole thing, and I know what happened. But somebody got it on video and edited it to make him look like he did something that he didn't do. And he got in a lot of trouble over it, but luckily he was wearing a body cam, and they saw the whole thing and realized that there's more to this story. But
yeah, like I said, I ain't gonna draw it too long. I was just basically asking would there have been some people that's not that far off? Do they kind of hang out in the area?
Yeah, I've actually got the overnight police officers. I've actually got their personal numbers, and I text them, and we talk, and they come in the store, and we give them free drinks and stuff, and they look out for me pretty good. And the problem with last night, well, there was a couple of problems. It was just a perfect storm. Number one, this guy was so volatile that if I would have tried to reach for a phone, there wasn't no telling. He was so high and so messed up and so agitated that and the thing is when they talked, there was two of them that came in, and they were talking amongst themselves, and they were talking about them being Crips. They're from Little Rock, Arkansas is where they're from. And said that, they talked about, they made reference to themselves as being Crips. And so that's all I needed was a couple gangbangers in my store that were pissed off at me because he was too high to figure out how to use his debit card, and he couldn't get no cigarettes. And he was just getting more and more agitated. He was literally pacing back and forth, staring daggers through me and just mad, like he was ready to snap at any minute. And I thought, oh, Jesus, this is how it ends over a pack of Newports. But luckily his friend wasn't high, and his friend managed to calm him down, and we managed to get his cigarettes and get him out the door. But yeah, I wasn't about to try to reach for a phone or anything and set him off any worse than he already was. And it wouldn't have done me any good because my two local cops weren't in the neighborhood. They were in the next town over, putting somebody else in jail that they picked up. So they weren't even in the neighborhood. So, but yeah, that was the first time that I actually felt like I could be in danger in 3.5 years that I've been there.
Yeah, well, at least you're okay, so that all worked out.
Yeah, I made it through it.
So what do you think about on the 20th? We're probably going to get some new books back in.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Marvel's? Does it sound to you that Marvel's going to try to push digital on us?
They have. As a matter of fact, one of the CEOs at Marvel Comics has posed the question repeatedly: why are we still making hard copies? Why are we still printing comics? Digital is the way to go, and that couldn't be further from the truth, in my opinion. Digital is not the way to go when you talk about collectibles.
That's not a collecting. That's
it's not a collecting.
These people need to understand that the comics isn't just a read; it's a collection. It's a hobby. And you have to make hard copies.
Nobody goes out, buys a comic book, reads it, and tosses it in the garbage when they're done. Nobody. They, do they take good care of them? No, probably not. A lot of people don't. They probably
nowadays.
More people now.
More nowadays than they did
more now. I mean, from somebody who buys, mystery boxes 5 times a week, I can tell you that not everybody takes care of their comics. But there's a lot of people in there that, just stack them in a shoebox and move on with it, but they still save them. So it's not a disposable form of media. It's not a newspaper. You don't read it once and then toss it and recycle it. You keep it.
Yeah, you keep it.
Whether you keep it in good condition or bad condition, you still hold on to them. So going digital would just bury that. It would bury Marvel. I think if they went all digital, that company would go bankrupt. In my opinion,
Yeah.
well, probably not bankrupt. They got their movies to fall back on,
And I think that might be all they start to care about.
Yeah, and
every time they make a new Marvel movie, it's $1 billion movie.
Yeah,
or
that's
at least
true. I mean, they could survive just on their movies alone.
Yeah, $750 million movie. If it doesn't crack $1 billion.
Yeah.
They're probably sitting there going, well, do we really need to make? Yeah, you do, because some people need. Because I will not read a digital.
No, I don't. They're most of the. I've tried looking at digital comic viewers, and it's not the same. It's just not. It's not user. They're not used. Most of them are not user friendly, and it's not the same, man. It's just you got to have it. I want to have it in my hand. I want to be able to open it and read it. And
I have to be able to do this. I have to. Yeah. If I can't do this and look at that artwork, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Right.
I just don't. I don't. No. And if I lose my damn Thor books because all they want to do is go to digital, I will be pissed.
Oh yeah, millions of people will be pissed.
I mean, they've already taken. I think it was was it a Hawkeye run?
Yeah.
A current Hawkeye run, they decided they're going to do no more hard copies of it. They're only going to do digital. And it was a okay selling book. I do notice none of the really big titles.
No.
Or they're not done, or Venom, Spider-Man, stuff like that. But
yeah,
I think.
Well, I imagine it's probably a test run. They want to see what happens if they lose, and they will. And that's the best thing they could do. Go ahead, fire one off and see what happens.
So their first round is going to be a dud, even on these lesser titles. So they're going to be like, well, we put our Hawkeye on there. How many people is going to pick? The other one was people was reading this new Ant-Man. I think it was Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I think they did that one. And I guess that's just all digital. They're going to see people are going to be like, oh, man, I'm pissed. I can't get the rest of my Hawkeye story. But they're not going to buy it digital either. They're just going to sit there with their paper, the copies that they got. That's it.
And here's the other thing. Digital, I can go online right now to 50 different places where I can download and read digital comic books and not pay Marvel a damn penny. And that's what people, if anybody decides that they want to read digital comics, just Google it. You can find a million sites that you can read them for free, that you don't have to pay for them. And when people figure that out, and they figure out the only way that they're going to be able to read their comics that they want to read is to go digital, they're going to get pirated copies, and they're going to read them for free. And Marvel ain't going to get a cent off of them. Then that's just the harsh reality. It's a lose-lose situation all the way around for them and for the consumers.
I felt like it was Marvel trying to force digital on people. Make digital platform if people want to do it. I'm fine with that. Now,
a lot of comics now come with a digital code. Hey, great. If you want to slab your comic and keep it pristine, but you still want to read it and you want to read it digital, make your money that way. Get the best of both worlds, but there's no way they can ever stop print comics. There's just no way.
I wouldn't have a problem if Marvel, and I guess even DC to an extent, cut back on a number of titles.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I go into the LCS and it's like this person has something and this, and it's like there's people that's got books, and it's like I don't even know why they have it on their own ongoing series. They're not.
Yeah.
they're not that interesting of a character, I guess.
Yeah.
Some characters just work better off as a team.
Right. And a lot of that, and the crossovers is a lot of the reason what ran me out of comics in the 90s for a long time, because I didn't want to buy a Booster Gold video or comic book to read the current Superman story that I was trying to read. I don't want to load my box up with a bunch of Booster Gold and Blue Beetle and stuff that I don't give two shits about, just so I can read the storyline. And so they crossed them over into every book imaginable to try to bolster the sales of failing titles. And I got tired of having to buy them to read my stories. In the movies, it's brilliant. In comic books, it's annoying.
Yeah.
I would never have gone to see Ant-Man had it not been part of the Marvel storyline in the movies. So it's brilliant for them to do in movies, but I hated it, and I still hate it in comics. It's like, pick a comic, tell your story in that comic, so I can buy that comic and read the whole story.
Hey, what's up, Ian? Thanks for dropping in.
What's up, man?
What's up, Gallegos?
James, what's going on, man? How many people we got in here?
3 minutes. We got 3 comments. I don't know. But I think some people just stopping in, lurking a little bit, which is much still appreciated.
Yeah.
Anybody that stops in, we appreciate it. We know there's a whole lot going on, and I'm looking at what's going on in the YouTube world when I'm getting ready to do this, and I'm like, damn, Kenny's got an auction going on. There's something else going on. I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, I don't think there's anybody that's going to tune in to watch this little show. So anybody that stops in, we Stevie and I absolutely appreciate it.
Oh yeah, especially if you like came here and left Chad RCG's channel to come here, you are my hero.
yeah, absolutely. Furry has enough viewers already. We don't need that.
No, anyway, anytime I can step on Chad's toes, I'm all about it.
The king gets enough views. He can get some of the love over here. We can steal a Chad video.
That's right. I mean, who wants to see him show off his dollar slabbed books, his slabbed dollar bin books? His Ethiopian price variants.
Yeah.
Yeah, James. It's annoying, man. Like I said, in the movies, it's brilliant, but in the comic books, it's just a money grab.
It is,
and it's just a way to boost titles, boost the subscriptions on titles that nobody would buy.
I do not fall into it. They're still trying to do that stuff. Like when everybody knows I love Thor, but when they did that War of the Realms, because it was a Thor tie-in, there was so many. You had your 6-issue set, and then it was like War of the Realms tie-in this and tie-in that and that.
Yeah.
If it wasn't something I was already getting, I did not. Because what I've come to realize, if you read like 1 through 4 or 1 through 6 or whatever of that series, you got the main part of the series. I don't care if I'm reading War of the Realms. I don't care what's going on in this little side story of Ant-Man, whatever. I don't care.
Tie-ins are different for me. See, tie-ins, if it's a side story that kind of connects a little bit to the main story, I don't have to buy those to continue reading the story, and those don't piss me off as bad. But when
I don't mean to interrupt, Steve, but you talk about the straight ones, like when you're reading it, and you get to the next one, like this story is, you got Batman. This story continued in Blue Beetle number 5, and then you get down with Blue Beetle number 5. Then it'll say story continued in Superman number 4, and then all of a sudden you don't have the next Batman title till about issue 4 of that miniseries.
Right.
They'll purposely continue your exact story in another book.
Right. That's the one that
annoying.
pisses me off. Yeah,
That's
that
what's
annoys me.
annoying.
Tie-ins don't annoy me that bad. I got Absolute Carnage 1 through 6. I can read the story. I didn't need the 752 tie-ins that they did to it to keep up with what was going on in the main story, and that don't bother me so much. I know I could choose to get them or choose not to get them, but but like you said, when at the end of your book it says to be continued in Blue Beetle number 6, I'm like, well, I don't give a shit about Blue Beetle. I did too, James. I got all of them in the 90s. Oh, I had to have them all. I had to have them all. In the 90s, when you're spending $100 bill every week on comics, it's overwhelming.
I didn't get them all. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't get all of them.
I did. I mean, if it was a continuing story, I went out and I got that damn Booster Gold number 6 to continue my Reign of Superman.
We did that in some of the AOK that recently sent you. Did you notice?
Huh?
The AOK that I recently sent you, it's like Teen Titans, Deathstroke, and that's how the whole story goes.
Yeah, I noticed that. I made a comment about that. Yeah, and I love that. I mean, especially when I get mystery boxes and they send me part 1, part 6, and part 4, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I won't do that. I got a couple mini series that I've noticed that I only got I'm like missing one copy from having the full run of it.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting to pick up that one copy either before I put it in the box or before I put it up into the auction, we do the auction sometimes. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, here's 5 issues of this 6-issue miniseries, we'll start bidding at $5, but I'm missing a fucking book.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm going to give somebody something, I want to make sure I have all the books there.
Yeah. And somehow I screwed up too. And I guess when I did my round of mystery boxes, I inadvertently put my only copy of Absolute Carnage number 6 in one of the mystery boxes. And I was going through my books. And I'm like, where the hell's number 6? How do I not have number 6?
Absolute Carnage number 6?
Or not Absolute Carnage. I'm sorry. Deceased number 6. That part. And then I opened a box the other day, a mystery box, and it had part 6 in there, and I was stoked. So I felt better.
Oh, I think I can still get one if you're looking for one.
No, I got one now, but I appreciate it. But I was online. I had it in my cart to get Deceased number 6, and then I got one in a box. Good box too, man. I got that 30 for $30 box off of the Comic Mint.
What happened with the recent video I saw, where the guy just sent you extra books because of I watched all of your whole videos, and you're like, wait a minute, I only bought one.
Yeah, my message to you.
You come back and said that you reached out to him and like, oh, I put this in there, and it's like you put 2 extra boxes in there or some shit.
Yeah, and you know what? It's right after I posted the video, he shut his auction down. So
really?
I'm like, I'm about to send you some business, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not Bueller or nothing, but I can send a couple people your way, and these were great boxes.
I was getting ready to go.
But and Joey Bag of Sevens, he commented on there and said something about that YouTube swag, and I was like, I ain't got enough subscribers to have no YouTube swag. He didn't know I had a YouTube channel until after I got his boxes and opened them up, and I told him, I said, hey, I posted an unboxing video on my YouTube channel. Check it out. I always do that when I buy boxes. Let them see me, send them a link to where they can watch me unbox them, good or bad.
I don't remember those, James. Bloodline annuals. Stevie
B? Yeah, I do. That's the 90s. That was 90s stuff.
I was a teenager in the 90s, so I'll admit I didn't really... I graduated in 93, so it was one of those where I had more football, hockey, and girl interest going on in the 90s. And then shortly after high school, that's when I went to the Army. So,
yeah. No, the 90s, the Bloodline annuals. Yeah, I actually got all those when they came out in the 90s, but I think I actually have one or two that showed up in a mystery box. But they were honestly, I mean, and here's where I get bad because in the 90s I read every single solitary book I got, and then after I read them, somebody'd say, well, what's it about? And I'd go, my reading retention, man, is terrible. So I'll remember whether I liked them or I didn't like them, but specifics about them I always you know.
I think I do that stuff now. So
Yeah, I still do it too. You know,
so,
my favorite.
I recently was able to pick up a first appearance Deadpool in
You got
mint
a mute?
condition. Yeah.
No way. You got a new
Yeah.
78?
Yep.
Reprint. It's a reprint, isn't it, Kev? You get the facsimile, did you?
Oh, there he is right there. First appearance. First appearance Deadpool.
Now, does that predate 98?
It does actually. That's why there's a lot of this, that's why there's a lot of people that, because he's not actually in this, but it's still polybagged. This thing ain't got a spine tick or nothing on it. And the cards are still in there. But
you know what?
Look, you can ask anybody. This X-Force 1, this predates New Mutants 98. So
you know what? I think I got that book somewhere.
He had this card before he was ever in a book.
Huh. I think I actually have that book somewhere too. And it's polybagged and it has the card in it, but I never really paid that much attention.
Yeah.
I think I have it. I didn't put it in a damn mystery box.
That's with some people, but he's not in the book, so they don't consider it first appearance and all that. But this book
like that
predates New Mutants.
Yeah.
So
I got a weird one.
Look, I gotta have it. I gotta say I got it somehow because I'll probably never have a New Mutants 98. So
yeah. I
want one, but I don't know if I'll ever get one. And if I do, it'll probably be like a 4.0 or some shit. Which, you know what? Low grade is better than no grade at all.
Yeah, speaking of, I actually got the second appearance of Black Cat. God, I can't get Black Cat out of my head because every freaking box I open. Black Panther. Got the second appearance of Black Panther.
There you go.
And that Fantastic Four got it in the Yeah Man I Got Comics mystery box. I haven't posted that video yet, so spoiler alert. I hit a GP.
That's awesome. Hey, Yeah Man I Got Winks. Wink just done one of those that he already posted.
Yeah, he just did one, yeah. I haven't posted mine yet.
Isn't that the second time isn't that the second box you got from them?
I got 2 boxes from him, but I bought them at the same time. I opened them both on my channel. I think that's probably going to go up either Monday or Thursday. I don't know which one. You know, I have to film them all in advance when I got money and I can buy them, then film them all, and then when I don't have money, I have videos to release, and then just film.
Because this is not a YouTube seller, but or not an eBay, but on Instagram, you reach out to him, right?
Yeah. He's sold out now. I think.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was like, I might reach out to him and get one.
Actually, I could be wrong. Shit. No, it's one where you have to look. He might have some left. Actually, I don't know. Maybe because I think I may be getting him confused with another Instagram seller who just sold out. Tim, the comic collector, got the last one, and his were $100. Yeah, man, I Got Comics is $30 shipped for each one.
Yeah. If you've seen my video, the ones I got the one on the slab. I got it from Choo Choo.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that
I don't know. I don't know if you picked one up.
No, I didn't get one, and I kind of wished I had them now because $100 was a little steep for me, but for at that time. But I seen Foo open one, and Tim the comic collector, he got the last one. He had one left, and Tim went out and grabbed the last one. So
I got something. I like it. I don't try to steal your thunder. Pardon the pun, but I don't steal your thunder on it. So I've been wanting to recently, when I open stuff, use your eBay grinder, but I don't.
Man, there's no patent pending on looking up value in your books, man. Do it. You ain't gonna step on my toes. I don't.
But I ended up. There's a couple things in that, like the slab. I couldn't put an actual price on it, so I had to kind of finagle that a little bit. But
I remember what you got too.
Getting totals, and for the 100 shipped, I think I'd come back with, it was about 135, 150, something like that. So Way got the money.
Yeah.
It was definitely worth. I don't know if you watched my video, but I had some nice stuff out of that choo-choo box.
I hadn't watched the video yet, but I heard what you got out of it. I heard through the grapevine what you got. You got a slab, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, 9-4 white pages of.
It was white pages. It was a 7.0. It was Nick's number 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess it was Foo that he got the other slab that was. Yeah, I see. That's why I say, people ask me, "Hey, you like that comic? Yeah. What was it about?" It was good. I can't remember, man. Some people can tell you read it and then tell you every single detail, and man, like I said, my favorite Batman story of all time was The Death in the Family. I know Robin dies and Joker beats him to shit with a crowbar, but yes, any details about it, and I can't remember. I just know I liked it. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark, how's it going? Yeah, I try to take some of the stories that I read, but not all of them. Recently, I've been trying to put together people, like if somebody has their first ever solo run or something. It might not be a first appearance, but stuff like, I don't even think of them. Stuff like something like these, where it'd be there, and it would be first issue. So it's it would be like her first solo run.
Yeah.
Then they did these. I know how much you love the X-Men.
Yeah, actually, I find myself because the lady whose channel I was trying to help promote with my giveaway, Amanda, she loves Rogue and Gambit. Those are her 2 favorite characters. So now every time I get, I think she's got that one actually, but every time I get X books, I'm like, huh.
And this is Bishop at last, or his first.
I have a couple of X-Men books and X titles. I got the first appearance of Apocalypse.
That's one I do want.
Hold on just a second, Kevin. I gotta turn this fan on. I'm roasting here. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, man. I had to turn that ceiling fan on. I'm about to bake alive in this room.
Those are my favorite covers.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I had that one.
It's actually embossed right here. No, guys, I'm not trying to rub on that part, but
yeah, you are. It's like, ooh, turkey's done.
That is Catwoman. It's Catwoman. She likes to have her chest rubbed.
Yeah, all cats love their belly rub.
So, that's her first ongoing series. The only thing they had before this, they had a little mini series, but this would have been her first ongoing, just like the others. So,
anyway, here's my There was my GP. But second appearance of Black Panther. Fantastic Four, number 53. Man.
And there's another also second appearances because I actually like to pick them up because one thing I've been recently looking to grab is second appearance. I can't remember. I want to say it's in another Spider-Man book, but the second ever appearance of Punisher.
Oh yeah,
because that 129 may be out of my reach for who knows how long.
Yeah,
but a second appearance, they're not that far out of reach for characters like that. So I think it's actually really nice and cool to collect second appearances.
Yeah. Here's the book I got that just threw me for a loop. I got it and I went, wait, what? What the hell? But what if the alien costume had possessed Spider-Man? And I'm going, wait.
When I first saw it, I'm like, I thought it did.
Yeah, I'm like, no, this doesn't predate Secret Wars, does it? And I'm like, wait, what? And it just stumped me for a minute. I was like, kind of like that, what if, Jane Foster became Thor book? And everybody, there's that argument, is that the first appearance? Is that not even, it's out of continuity and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, is this one of those things where it's actually a first appearance of him in the black costume, but it's out of continuity? So
I think it is. I think that does predate the Secret Wars.
No, it doesn't. No, I looked it up. It's actually came out a couple of years after. Yeah, Tim, I actually asked, was in the chat with Comic Fu and Michael Ackery. We were talking about it, and I was like, this doesn't predate the Secret Wars stuff, does it? And they went, oh, no, that's came out a couple of years after. And they showed me the dates on them.
Yeah, like even Marc agrees right there. If you can't get that first on some of those characters, then you go ahead and try to get why not? I mean, to get a decent copy of first Punisher, you're going to pay into the thousands of dollars, but yet you can get, the second appearance, which is, Spider-Man 135 is this.
Yeah, like this one, I got the second appearance of Taskmaster. That's Mark Jeweller's variant, though.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, shoot, got some good books out of the. That was out of the Yeah Man box.
Thank you, Davis Q. I'm actually leaving it up there for a second, Davis Q, so I can write that down. Because I was just getting ready to do a Google search on that, but Davis Q helped me out.
That's why this community is awesome, man.
135. There we go.
That's why I love this community, man.
Oh yeah, it's community.
They're there to bail you out, man.
So,
I didn't get any Thor books, man, in this run.
All right. I need to get some more. Boxes, anyways. I got Thor books and some other books sitting around. I don't even have boxes for. So.
Yeah, I know. I go buy. I got some laying around. I just got a box. I hadn't put them away yet, but
a lot of people consider first ever Bishop. Is that 282 first Bishop? I recently got one of these, and then I searched it, and I guess they actually call this first full Bishop.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what they mean by first full Bishop as compared to a Bishop and cameo.
Well, again, that's subjective, man. It's like, is Hulk 180 or 181 the first appearance? Because Hulk 180 shows him.
I don't care what anybody. I will always say Hulk 180. The whole back page is him standing there.
Yeah,
with a bubble of a line saying something. If that's not an appearance, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's what I say. To me, a cameo is like those shadow, like the silhouette of one or a shadow of one, where they just make their presence known, but they don't
Yeah,
actually.
but you don't say a word. There might be one panel with like a picture of you in the background, where you're doing something, or
Yeah,
there's just one panel of you maybe holding a weapon to shoot somebody, but we don't know what happens until your full
right.
appearance in the next book. That's a
Yeah,
cameo.
yeah. But if you're standing there, full page spread, saying I'm Wolverine,
Yeah, he even
that's
says his name. I'm
yeah,
Wolverine.
yeah. I'm like that's first appearance to me.
$2.99
But
compared to $300. You opened up $2.99 before?
huh,
ASM $2.99.
uh,
I'm pretty sure the same thing. One of the whole final pages is Venom.
oh,
I can't remember if they call him Venom, but I almost
I know.
the whole
I
panel.
thought it was. I think it was just. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I don't think he had taken a form on the last page. I think it was just like like a shapeless blob with a mouth on it or something, wasn't it? That
But I don't own the book.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I remember they did like a little before he actually like took over and made his first full appearance. That there was just a hint of the goo with kind of crawling towards him for like a couple months. But I don't remember. But hey, man, I just posted this video, so it's not a spoiler alert. But I don't know if you ever saw, if you ever watch Comic Vantage's videos when he posts. 282. He's on the cover, but only shows up in the last panel of 282.
Yeah, so that's really the 282. I guess is nothing else but cameo. If he's only thing is they put him on the cover, so I mean I guess this would actually be first appearance. So yeah, I pulled that out of a mystery box not too long ago.
Yeah, I think I got a first Bishop somewhere. But I was gonna say, do you ever watch Comic Vantage's YouTube videos when he posts?
I don't watch a lot of the YouTube videos. I watch a lot of people. Open Vantage's boxes though.
Yeah.
I love watching.
Well, he kind of did a product review of something, and it sparked my interest, and I got him in today, called Gator Guard. But this is what it is. It's kind of a slab it yourself kind of kit, like you've seen before. But these are nice, man. These are really cool. They've got screws, so you screw it together like that, and that way, I mean, you can interchange it, take it back apart, put a different book in it, and I mean, it's crystal clear, solid as a rock. I mean, these are nice.
Those are like kind of display slabs.
Yeah, they're perfect.
Protected just as well.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, it's. I mean, I've got books that aren't worth the money it would take to send it off to be slabbed, but I like them. My Super Sons, Tyler Kirkham variant. I could spend $60 and have it slabbed and graded, and then come back and sell it for $50. It's not worth spending the money, but these are a nice alternative. I mean, these things are, you get a 2-pack for $36 shipped, so it ain't a bad price, and does the same thing a slab does, except add value. Maybe.
I think, yeah. Well, if you're going to keep it,
yeah,
you're going to keep it. There's no sense in, like me. I have sort of a rule of sending things in to get a slab, which is if I have a book $15, $20, $25 or whatnot.
Yeah.
The whole slabbing process is going to cost me more than the value of the book.
Right. Exactly.
So why would I want to do that when I can just, like, for me, I just use a top loader. I put it in a brand new bagging board or Mylar, and then I just like have Mylar inside a top loader.
Well,
But
these are
I have a book that's $50, $60, $100 raw. To me, then that's worth trying to get a slab on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, this book here. If I had it slabbed, it would probably come back It's got dog ear. It'd probably come back a 9 to a 9.2, maybe, and it would
You can
definitely.
do a press and clean on it too.
Well, you can't press. It's got a few spine ticks in the dog ear. I think that's dog ear in the back cover. So you can't press it. It isn't pressable to get those out. But so, like I said, it'd probably be a 9.2, which I mean, as it is now, getting it slabbed even at a 9.2 would triple the value of it. But so it'd probably be a good candidate for slabbing. But my Super Son stuff, or even that Venom Lethal Protector, it's one of my favorite books ever. And I mean, I don't want to, but I ain't going to pay $60 to have a $5 book slabbed when I can buy some of these cases. You can get six pack of them for $99. So I just
splurged a little bit more at the LCS the other day than what I wanted. I haven't even shown this in one of the halls yet because I know somebody might be like, "Hey, how much for that one?" But let me know if you remember this cover. I could not pass it up because I've seen it so much before.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's Deadpool with the old shish kebab on Wolverine. That's that, but yeah, he did that in the movie too.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that one up. I'm like, ugh. I had to do it though. They had it on the wall. And I'm like, man, that's gonna be great, especially if Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly. Pages. That's what I say too. But that's why Alex say these things are a great alternative if you just want them protected and to be able to display them like that. These little Gator Guard cases are awesome.
Yeah, those are great for something. Like I said, I was thinking, I guess almost $25, $20. I put it in my Mylar, slide that into a top loader.
Yeah.
Why, if it's a $25 book, would I pay? I think currently it's about $45 for the whole shot to get your book, to send your book and get it pressed, to get it clean, to get your slab and all the shipping. I want to say it's about $45 right now.
Yeah.
Why I want to send. Well, I don't want to send it because even if that book comes back at a 9.8, says it's only a $20 or $25 book. What does that really do to the price? $50? I mean,
yeah, exactly. It still won't barely cover the cost of having it graded. So yeah, I mean, ideally, you want to hit, these ones that's going to triple your value if you have it graded and it comes back good. I had that Lethal Protector #1 that I had with Sam De La Rosa signature and the sketch on the front. I sent it to CBCS so get the signature verified and everything.
Hold on, Stevie. We have a very esteemed colleague coming in.
What's up, Marc?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Pretty good, thank you.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Fine.
So what's going on? What are you guys talking about?
Oh, we were talking about to slab or not to slab and this alternative that I found to CGC, which is Gator Guard.
Oh, cool.
Just about these for
$36. Huh?
I was just telling, we're talking about basically where's the price line, just because something looks like it's a key book, but if it's only it's a $20 book, why spend $45 to put it in a slab,
Yeah, just so it can come back and be worth $40.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a big risk when you're sending out a book to press, clean, and then you're kind of on the fence depending on what the grade, if it's worth even slabbing, and then you find out it came back at a lower grade.
Right.
Let me show you. I do have this one. I do have one main book that I want to get slabbed.
So, what's the name of that company?
Gator Guard.
Gator Guard.
I just dropped a video about an hour ago of a review I did of them. They're really nice, man. The 2-pack of them for $36.
Okay.
They screw together in the corners, but they don't screw into the plastic. It's a receiver, a screw and a receiver. Put one on each side and screw it into each other, and you can get different colored. Screws for them. Stuff. It's really cool. I thought it was a great alternative if you just got, books in your personal collection that you want to protect and have a cool display for them. Thought that was a great alternative than to, send them to CGC.
It almost reminds me of a similar company because before I collected comics, I got into like the card game.
Yeah.
Sports cards. And there was companies that would sell these similar cases where you can put your, valuable, playing cards in there.
Right. Yeah, it's the same
I remember
premise.
those.
Yeah, you can still buy those things for your card. Yeah, this for trading cards and stuff. And there are other slab kits out there that you can slab yourself. I think one of them's actually called Slab It Yourself. But
Cool.
But I've looked into them. They seem to be a lot higher priced and not as good a quality. But
Here's a few of them, Stevie. I don't know.
oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Virgin.
That's that. Yeah, that's that. This is a 600 issue run, and that was it. This was a one of the local comic shop day.
Yeah.
Not the free, but the comic shop day exclusives.
Yeah.
They did this one right here, and I guess it was only 600 across. That's all they printed, 600.
Huh.
That's one. I think that has about $50 or $60 value, and I think this one's at about 75. They call it roughly raw, and it's pretty high grade.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
So that one I'm thinking about putting into the slab. This one's similar because I got to know if I get a 9.8. There's a story behind this one.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, this has become, I guess, one of the hardest books to come back at a 9.8.
Really?
I guess that's the rumor behind
that foil.
This right here, a local comic shop that I know, they sent in 6 different copies of this. Every single copy came back at 9.6. Another member, of the community that I'm related to, Jimbo Fett, that Stevie.
Yeah.
He sent his copy in. I mean, he had it pressed and cleaned and everything. Got to come back at 9.6.
Huh.
They say that there's CGC does not seem to like to give this book a 9.8 for whatever reason. They don't give it much of a 9.8.
It's the foil covers, man. I think it says do them foil cover. Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm on Go Collect right now, and there's more 9.6s on there graded than 9.8s by like over 100.
Yeah, on the Teen Titans.
On the Teen Titans.
It's hard. Apparently, it's harder than hell to get a 9.8.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is harder than hell to get. So I know I've got mine. It's been like completely taken care of. I don't see anything on it. So I'm like, all right, I gotta know. I gotta know what I got. So
I just got that book back from CGC, the Thor 337. I think, is that what you just showed?
Yeah, that's kind of like one of my pride and joys right here.
Yeah, I love that card. Actually, let me go grab that real quick.
Yeah, newsstand edition on here.
Yeah.
And I got this thing.
Looks like a good copy, man.
Man, it does not have barely a spine roll on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a white cover that's clean. You can't really, it's hard to get a color break on a white, but if you look where the red is.
Yeah, and the black. That's clean.
if you look at pretty much where the color is right there,
Yeah.
see, that's probably that's what at least what I'm hoping to get right there because Mark's got that same one. Let's pull this person up here.
9.6.
Yeah, I had that. I paid $40 for it, and I had it pressed out, and I got a 9.6.
Nice.
So I'm pretty happy to get that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's one I really want to get sent in.
Yeah, I just put it on my
I'm hoping for a 9.8. I'm hoping for a 9.8, but I'm not holding my breath because I know.
Yeah.
I know they might find something on me.
And white pages.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to. If I even got that back, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great character. Whenever I try to, I don't see him too often in the wild, but when I do, I try to pick him up. It's my first copy, but it's definitely a good character to spec on.
Yeah.
It was a funny story the way that I ended up getting mine. I went to this comic shop that was like over an hour away from me or something like that. The guy was just starting to opening up. He was just starting to go into business. And I drove my wife along. I didn't want to go for the little ride by myself. And she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, we'll drive along. And I'm going through this guy's stuff. And I'm like, hey, where's some back issues? He's like, well, some of the higher end. It was like in this little case that was over there. He said, you go ahead and look through it. And it was just books that was kind of laid out, you know, kind of like this, you know, on top of one another. I mean, nothing actually standing up.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of digging through these, and I seen that. I'm like, what the shit? And it had a cheap price tag on it, like $50 or something like that for that newsstand. And I'm looking at the condition that it was in. I get it up there. I'm like, that's a price on this. He starts looking it up. And obviously it had like $75, $80 or whatever for that type of condition. And I'm like, well, but this is the price you got. He's like, well, where was that? I'm like, you had it. I'm like, you had it beneath other books over there. And he ended up honoring the price that was on there.
I wouldn't even have given him a chance to look it up. I'd have said, I'll take it.
Well, as soon as I gave it to him, he started looking it up. And that's when I was like, well, yeah, but you already have it priced.
Yeah.
You know, it's not my fault that you placed it beneath 4 or 5 books and forgot it was sitting there.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a book that I'm thinking about sending out to get grading. Just let me know what you guys think.
I would.
Number one, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably, there's a few spine ticks here. You can barely see it.
Oh yeah. It's faint. But
yeah, it's like maybe 1 or 2. It's probably like a 9.4 or 9.2. I don't think it would benefit from a pressing. I think I would just send it out as it is. But
you might still want to do a press on. A press on it will still kind of get your pages in line, take any maybe little wrinkles out of it. You never, because if you're at a 9.4 like as it is, just sending it in will give you that 9.6 bump.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
probably a 9.2 or 9.4.
If you only get 2, from what I've seen in the stuff that I've gotten back, if you only have 2 real small paint breaks, you can still get a 9.6 out of those.
Yeah, and it's.
I don't think they'll bump you down to a 4 until at least 3 little color breaks.
And it's the direct edition, which is the harder to find for that year.
Yeah,
it came out in 1980.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people.
There were a lot of shops back then.
There's a lot of people that feel like if you pay for the cleaning and pressing at CGC, that it kind of buys you a grade bump too. You know, they figure if they do it themselves, they'll bump it up a grade. But I don't know how true that is.
I don't know, but I have heard it.
But I've heard it from a number of people. They say if you let CGC do it, then you know it might buy you a bump grade or 2 up.
Yeah, I kind of played that market the last time when I submitted books for grading back in November. That I just got back the rest of them. I did it on my channel last week, and I kind of wanted to play around with this. Submit 3 books non-pressed, 2 fast track pressed, and then 6 all pressed. And I ended up getting pretty good grades.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a little, bit of truth to it. I think
that Thor 337 was pressed through CCS.
Yeah.
Along with these 2 other books you guys may have seen before.
Oh man.
I know somebody who would love that book. Oh, he's got
I was trying so hard to get that book out of one of Mike Ackery's mystery boxes, his last round of mystery boxes. I was like, man, damn, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I love this character.
A really low grade that was raw. I got rid of it.
Yeah, I know.
I told you about that, Stevie. It was just a low grade. I got rid of it.
Yeah. He was trying to trade it to me for a $200 book. See how he is?
Wait, you were like, I don't know what this Thor book is. What is this? I looked at him like, holy shit, that's it. I'm like, that's that New York Comic Con book. And you're looking at it like, I don't know what value it has.
No, I said, I don't know why it has the value it has. I was like, holy crap, because he wrote on the back that it was worth $90, and I looked it up on eBay, and I was trying to find it for as cheap as I could find it, and I couldn't find it under $200.
No, I think about
was insane.
250. Well, because that's a true Jane Foster first appearance as Thor.
Yeah.
And it was limited only to a small number of books at NYCC.
Yeah. So that may be a good candidate for CGC, because that thing is in perfect condition. I always say that. I said the same thing about my ASM 361. Man, this thing's in perfect condition. And that damn thing came back at 9.4. And I'm like, what the hell?
Did you press and clean that one?
No, I was.
Yeah, you got to pay that little bit for that CSS or CCS.
Well,
or whatever.
I was naive because I just got back into comics again, and I never dealt with CGC before.
Right.
And so I trusted the old guy down at, my favorite place on earth, Douche Canoe Comics, and I trusted him to. He said we facilitated. Well, we'll send it in for you. And then I said, well, should I have it pressed and clean? He says, no, don't put any more money into it than you have to. He said, this is in good enough condition now. You shouldn't have to do that. And came back at 9.4. Now it was that. And if I didn't think that it would end up costing more than the book is worth to crack it back open and redo it, try to get a better grade, I would. But it is what it is.
I would. Why not? Crack it open. Well, here's the thing. It's not autographed, right?
No.
Okay, then you could do it. I was going to say because you can always have them crack it back open, send it in, and get a grade. Because you can even do that with signature series books.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they've already.
If I crack open that signature series book, that gold label all becomes null and void.
Yeah. Well, I looked it over what they were dinging me for on that 361 and stuff in there. And the stuff that they dinged me for is totally pressable, easily pressable.
If you're gonna get it great, if you're gonna get it slabbed, go the extra mile.
Yeah.
You never know. That's my take on that. You never know.
I don't like CGC. I don't like them. I hate them. I hated them in the 90s when they came out. I was like, this damn company just came along and single-handedly made my entire comic book collection worthless. And I was so mad. That's part of the reason I got out.
Never worthless as long as it means something to you, Stevie.
No, I meant it was, but it's disheartening when you're used to dealing with your comic book shop owner, and he grades your comic books, and he said, yeah, this is in great condition, it's worth this much, or yeah, this has this wrong with it, this wrong with it, and this wrong with it, so I can give you this much. And that was the way to go. And then when that CGC came out and everybody was, oh, you have to have it graded, and then instantly this book was $300 in the 90s when it came out. It shot up $300. And when the CGC grading came out, it plummeted. I mean, it plummeted down to where you could get one for $25 at one point. Now they've gone back up since, but I was like, man, every book I had that I considered valuable in my collection just went. And so I got here's my opinion on what they should do that would satisfy everyone. I think you should be able to certify your local comic book store owner as a CGC certified grader. So you can take your comic book into your LCS, and a certified grader can grade your comic and slab it right there on site, point out what they're dinging you for, give you an option. If we press it, we might can get that out and get you a higher grade. And let them do their jobs instead of sending it in the mail and waiting 60 days and then rolling the dice on it. You know what I mean? I think that would be the perfect solution.
They offer that type of grading. I don't want to say at the school or anything like that, but a lot of owners, if they want to go through the same standards that CGC has, they have it. They have the ability to do it. Because I know my LCS owner. He pretty much knows exactly what they're looking for.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can train somebody.
He's got that same training.
Well, yeah, you can train somebody, but can he take a CGC slab and put your comic in it and put your label on it for you?
He can't do that because that was used to CGC.
No, you can send it over to D-Runk and get a DGC.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's like, I love his style too. D-Rock's man. He's like, screw CGC, I can do this myself.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a perfect solution. I would have been okay with that. Certify someone in the LCS to grade comics for you, and then there's but there is the part where, well, if they want to buy it from you, then they're going to intentionally try to grade it low, so get a better price or whatever. But the problem is with people that have told me that and have made that argument to me. I said, but you can only do that for so long before people start talking, and and then you lose your business.
Yeah,
and the other thing is the businesses won't pay you full retail for that book if you're trying to sell it.
No, they're going to give you a third.
Yeah.
That's typical. That's the typical markup is a third of value, and everybody, people that deal in books all the time, like all of us, we understand that you're not going to give me full price because you can't make no money on it. But I mean, everybody understands that. But I mean, as a service, I think it would be awesome. I'd rather give my LCS owner, even Douche Canoe Comics, I'd rather give him my $50 or $40 and say, here, grade my comic, and then watch him do it, and then say, well, I'm going to ding you for this, and it's going to come back as this, or if you want, I can press it out and get you a grade on it.
I do wish at least comic shop owners would offer a pressing service, but there's people that do. My LCS, they do not offer pressing. I know he has all the shit back there because he's told me, but I went to him like, hey, can we press this for a little bit? For some sort of money to save me the CGC pressing. Either we don't do that. Same thing as they have their accounts and they'll send stuff out and then they'll get it back, but they won't do the third party for like I can take them some books and be like, hey, for $20 or $25, can I just give you these? And then that's all that has to come out of my pocket. It's $20 or $25. But they won't do that whole. I don't know if you guys have any shops around the Marc, you may have heard about like you can take your book, hey, when you send these in for me, and then your LCS can send it like in bulk or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish more LCSs did that. There's none around me that do pressing, that they will submit their, a CGC third party LCS. Yeah. There's none near me that do that. And I have a lot of LCSs near me.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
you
have
can
any.
buy a comic book press they're not as expensive as you would think they were, but
Yeah, they are.
or one to press them yourself. Get
Here,
good at it. Practice on some dollar bin books. You
I
know,
would say it's not really expensive to buy, like, just like one of the little pull down
yeah,
presses, like
yeah.
learn each step. But man, you better be able to know what you're doing around it,
Right.
because
I mean, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
you start off
It's
with like
stack of dollar
you
bin
better
books.
you
book
better
you
make
don't
sure
care
you're only
about.
ruining like a $1 book 100 times before you put anything of value in there.
Oh yeah, you perfect it. Go to your LCS and buy $100 worth of dollar bin books and just go out there and just start pressing them
Yep.
until you got it down to a science and you got it right. And then boom, once you figure it out, I mean, there's a YouTube video for everything. So
Right here,
watch
James
a couple
hasn't made
YouTube
it yet.
videos and see how to do it.
See, James has an LCS that presses and submits books. Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine
James hasn't
submits.
made. That's awesome.
He charged me $100 to submit my book, but yeah, he submitted it.
To submit one book?
Yeah,
Was it like a Silver Age or Golden Age book?
no,
Or
it was
was it so much-
361. My very first slab, my 361. He charged me $100
$100?
altogether, shipping, handling, everything, his fee, blah blah blah, everything, right at $100.
Okay.
And that was I thought that was ridiculously high. Now looking back, hindsight, I'd
it
never
is.
sent one off before, so he. This is why I
Who
call
did this to you?
comics. Huh?
Who did this to you?
Who was that LCS? No.
Douche Canoe Comics.
Douche Canoe did this to you?
Yeah.
Man, Steve, you been over for him.
I mean, like I said, I'd never dealt with them, so I tried. Here's the problem, man. CGC's website is so convoluted, so hard to understand and comprehend on what you're going to pay to grade a book. I got tired of trying to figure it out. I just said, just tell me how much my book costs to get graded. Just tell me.
It can be very confusing doing it from online.
And then
I submitted through
you
that.
have to buy a membership or whatever. And all this, and I said, screw it. I'm just going to see if the comic book shop offers that service. He did.
Now, CGC is offering free submission service.
Yeah.
During
what's going on right now.
Oh yeah.
You do not need a paid membership. That's why I'm thinking about setting my books in, because there's no conventions and we don't know when the convention season is going to open back up. So a lot of people, they'll take 4 or 5 books. You can drop them off at the CGC booth. You can print your book at home and stuff like. Because I have a non-paid CGC account, so I can print my stuff, so I can fill it out. If I go to a con, I can just go up there and be like, hey, here's my slip, here's my books, thank you, send them out. And because we can't go to conventions anymore, we're doing that type of service for people without having to get a paid account. So that's why I'm thinking about sending some in and taking advantage of that service while they have it going on.
Right. Well,
I did that last year's. Last year I did a free submission because at the time we were still going to cons and everything. But then the most recent year I paid for the $150 for the premium, and the $150 gets used as credit towards submissions.
Right. Yeah, I read that.
Which is nice.
Well, the only book I've ever sent off to be slabbed was that signed and sketched Lethal Protector #1, and I sent it to CBCS because I wanted the signature verified and everything. And even that was a pain in the ass to figure out how to fill out all the proper paper. And then if you've never done it, you're paranoid that you've done something wrong and they're going to lose your shit, or I was so paranoid. And then they pissed me off because then they sent me an email with a spoiler on it, and I was like, God dang it! So they told me what my grade was. But
did you do the unboxing yet?
Huh?
Did you get the book back already?
Oh yeah, I've had it back for a long time.
Oh, okay.
But this is a while back. That's the only book I've ever sent off to be graded, was that CBCS, that Lethal Protector. Because I'm just paranoid. I'm afraid I'm gonna fill it out wrong. I'm gonna send it wrong. I'm gonna do something wrong, and I'm gonna lose my book or something. So
James, that's a good question here. When you're talking about that guy charged you a whole 100, I was wondering.
no press,
So
no
100, and
cleaning.
he offered no pressing or cleaning.
No, he just basically he figured it up on there inside, and I agreed to pay it. He didn't like bill me after it was over. So, but
Oh, damn.
yeah, so he's like, by the time you pay shipping for there, back, plus the pressing and my fees and stuff, he says it's gonna come to about $100. I think it was $100 and some change. And I was like, Jesus, I said, I thought it only cost like $20 to have these things graded. Yeah. But I wanted it done.
Yeah, usually costs is $20 for a modern book.
Yeah.
And not including pressing, shipping, and all that stuff. That'll slowly add up as well. But it's $20 for a modern book. So, I think it goes back to like 75 or 76, something like that. And then after that, it goes into the next year.
And then what's shipping on top of that?
The shipping is usually like $20 to $30, depending on how many books.
Right, one book.
One book's probably like $20. Yeah, 20.
Yeah, so it should have cost about $40 to $50 altogether. Yeah, so he charged me. He basically charged me $50 to do it for me. He doubled it.
When I got those 6 books back recently, I paid $30 for the shipping on that.
Yeah,
I
get into it and be comfortable doing it. But right now I'm at that point where I've only done it once and I'm uncomfortable doing it. I'm afraid I'm gonna screw something up and get it back. Or that's when I send them to buddies like Kevin and say, hey Kev, if I send you some books and give you some money, will you ship these for me?
I want to show you. This was another one of the books I got back from my most recent submission. This was one of those books that is harder to get in a 9.8 than a 9.6 for whatever reason. And this book right here.
0.1. Huh.
This is that first appearance of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel.
Oh, that's a key first appearance in it right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for some reason it's just hard. One of those books that are harder to get in a 9.8.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hey, what's up, Weapon X? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it.
Here's the ones that get me, like this one, like this, like the second appearance of Black Panther. It's raw, and if you look at it, it's a beater. I mean, the complete corner is missing out of it. I mean, if I were to send this off to be graded, would it be since it's missing a chunk?
Oh.
It's missing a chunk?
It's missing the corner. See it? The whole piece of that corner is gone.
Oh, I see it. Okay. So what's that? Probably like a 2.0, 3.0?
Yeah, maybe.
How's it going, Bullseye? Thanks for popping in here. We got Bob, Everything Comics.
Yeah, what's up, man? But I mean,
can you zoom in on that book?
Yeah, I want to go ahead. People popping in. I just wanted to acknowledge our chat.
Oh yeah, sure.
There you go, Stevie.
I just want to see that real quick.
What do you want to look at? The corner?
Yeah.
That?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then if you look at the spine, it's beat to hell too.
Oh, that's probably gonna be a 2.0 or 2.5.
I was gonna say 2.
2.5 maybe. I don't. It's.
I mean, that's about where I had it at. Is about a 2 to 2.5 is what I figured, and I don't even know if that would be worth sending off to be graded.
I can tell you right now.
Yeah. You know what? Second appearance of Black Panther, so it very well could be.
It's also the first Claw.
Yeah.
Oh, first Claw too.
First appearance Claw. Yeah, I wrote that on the back too.
So I'm looking this up on Go Collect. A 2.0 to 2.5 is about a $40 book.
Yeah, so probably not worth.
Yeah,
spending $40 to have it graded. Yeah, but I mean, there's like that Thor book that we were just talking about. That's one of the things I've had that I'd probably be worth getting graded.
And that book's only going
to go up. That's somewhere between a $200 and $250 book raw.
Raw.
If you got that back at a 9.8, that's if you wanted to part with it, that's a $500 book.
Yeah.
400 maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. And it's an amazing condition. But like I said, I always say that I'm not a grader, and I'd suck at as a grader because I'd be grading them higher than they are because I look at it and I don't see nothing wrong with it, and then it comes back a 9.4 or 9.6. I'm like, what the hell?
Even at a 9.4 or 9.6, it's still a valuable book. That's a pricey book.
Yeah, it's something. There's that one, and I also have the first, or the one where Jane Foster reveals herself as Thor.
Oh, okay.
The reveal. I have that one. It'd be a nice set to have graded. I don't think the reveal is very valuable, but
I got all those. I don't have the one you got off the desk. Yeah, I don't have that one obviously because I didn't go to New York Comic Con, and that was the only way to get that book.
Yeah,
I have started now. I've started my Silver Age collection. That's what I'm going to start focusing on. Is some Silver Age Marvel. This is the beginning of my collection so far.
Did you just mention Silver Age Marvel?
Yeah, I'm going to start focusing on that primarily.
I just picked up this book recently. This is a nice Silver Age key. I kind of want to crack this and press it and send it back because it looks like it may press. It may press a grade or two up. And it's this book right here.
Oh yeah. 4. Nice.
It's tough with these because of the square bounds,
Square bounds, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to press those.
And you can see it on there.
Yeah.
It's tough with the white, but you can get that cleaned and pressed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm kind of like contemplating cracking it and getting it cleaned and sent back.
I mean, it buys you one grade up.
Yeah.
What's up?
Even a grade bump on this is nice.
Yeah, I mean, what's a 5.0 compared to a 4.0?
You're right, Bullseye. Learning how to grade, and I always try to grade like if I'm selling something or even just telling myself what it is. I'll grade really hard. Like if I see the slightest little thing down the spine, I'll be like, okay, that's a 6 now. I know some people say you can get a slight little ding and they might still give you a 9.8. I see the smallest little mark and I go 9.6.
See, the way mine is take whatever I think the grade is and drop it by 2. And then I'm probably pretty close. So if I think it's a 9.8, take it down to about a 9.4, and then that's probably where it's really at. Now, I'm trying to get better, man. I look them over a lot better. See, I was in the bad habit when I sent that ASM 361 off, especially, is I'll look at the cover and I'll look at the spine and I'll look at the corners from the front, and I don't flip them over and look at the back, and I don't go through them. I look at the cover and I say, oh yeah, that's color's good. No spine breaks, no spine roll. Corners are sharp. 9.8, and then they come back. And it's
these are the ones I got so far. I had a few more, but I ended up selling them, and I regret it now. But these are what I got going on so far. Of course, I keep them in top loader, but this is a number 35.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I try to make sure everything I get at 12 center is 6 or better. Here's a number 60.
Nice floating heads cover there for Comigories.
Yeah, there's my floating heads. And then these ones I really like. I'm actually going to show this one first because I think the other number has a little more iconic cover that I was able to find.
Ooh,
and I couldn't believe I found it at the grade I did. But here's Hulk 107, 12 center. And then I couldn't believe the high of a grade I found this. I mean, this poster's made this son of a bitch.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's another good book.
yeah.
The 105.
Dang.
That's the beginning. And right
Kid,
now,
you can
so
hold that
far
one.
is the little beginning of my Silver Age Marvel. I want to try to put as many together as I can.
Yeah, are those books you're gonna try to press and send them out?
What's that?
Are those books you're planning on pressing and sending out to get graded?
Not yet. If there's one, it might be this one because when I was checking the raw forms, this one right
Yeah.
now carries the most value raw. I almost want to say this one is about a $50 or $60 if I'm wrong, if I'm correct. The other ones,
Hold on.
the other ones are 25 to $30 roughly. But like I said, this one right here, this cover. I actually got some. I got some Silver Age Batman on the way. I think it's Silver Age. I can't wait to get my hands on that. I know I got some Silver Age Superman coming. I know a lot of people don't like Superman, but
Hey, I like Superman. I don't mind a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
of Superman.
How do you not like Superman? Come on. Yeah, this is the other one that I was thinking that would be. I don't know. I don't think I've ever looked up the value of this.
that
What's the
one,
word, Kev?
Ace Pet Collector.
Huh?
Acknowledge it,
What issue is that?
Huh?
What issue is that, Stevie?
This
That's
Thor-
at number 9, isn't it, Stevie?
What?
That's at number 9, right?
8.
8. Okay, yeah. It was a 9-issue series.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So I don't know if that's. I had never looked at how much is that worth, Kev? What's that thing going for?
It looks like it's
I'll
a
see.
$70.
Graded? I'm not
70?
sure graded.
Really? Yeah, it's not graded. I mean raw.
Well,
Well-
no, but Mark probably has it pulled up on the
Yeah, I have it on Go Collect. It's a $70 book at a 9.8.
yeah.
Oh,
And I was
9.8.
just gonna say I think I've seen it at about $20 maybe.
I'm thinking. I mean, it's one of those that I think is going to go up. But that's why I was sort of contemplating it because I don't think it's done. It's done climbing yet, but could be wrong. And then I can't find my other one. Oh yeah, there's the one Kevin's slobbering over.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna have to do this now for that one.
Yeah,
There we go.
get the Mylar off. But
Go
yeah,
ahead and show everybody that book you're sending me.
this is like I said. I looked this thing over, and on the front. I mean, I don't know if I'm being Kevin picky. See that corner there?
I do see where there's a little color on that corner.
Little color rub on that corner, maybe. And
Like to me, you probably if I was to see that, then I would assume. I mean, you never know, but I would figure because that's nothing that can be pressed from what I can see. That tells me you're probably straight away at a 9.6.
right.
What I
Well,
still
that's
say
what I
for
did.
pressing
I would have
too,
dinged it for that because I'm sure they will ding me. But as far as the spine goes, there's no roll, there's no ticks. The front cover is sharp, except like I said, just that one little. I mean, it's almost microscopic, and I
yeah,
can't
I
even get
would-
my camera to focus on it. That's how small it is. There it
well, you
goes.
can see where it's dark, and then all of a sudden it kind of goes light on the corner.
Yeah,
So, like I said, if I saw that, I instantly go, okay, that's coming back to 9.6.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's clean.
Like I said, I would definitely still take it as that because that is
Yeah.
a rare book.
Yeah.
If you didn't go to that convention, that year, you didn't get it. It's
Put it back there. There you go.
and now that character's coming into the MCU.
Yeah. And then, of course, my 2 Wolverine #1s here. I thought about sending these 2 in. Whoops,
Oh,
what else did I grab? Oh, squatchy print. But sending those in too,
Those are
especially
nice.
the ongoing one, because that one's in really excellent condition. That one came from Comic Head 84 in his mystery box when he brought one loose. He sent one out.
yeah. The original Wolverine #1's like a $300 book. The ongoing's about a $160.
What? This one's worth more?
Yeah, because that's the original.
Yeah, it's the mini. I thought this one was the one that was. I got it backwards. I thought this one was the one that was like $40 or.
Yeah, that one's
No, that one's worth more.
that one's the more pricey one because that's the first solo.
Yeah. Huh. I guess, man. Well, I had it backwards all this time.
Isn't one of them a Frank Miller cover as well?
It is a
Yeah.
cover. Yep.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that
If you want to sell it, Stevie, for $40, I'll take it.
I was saying, you're gonna have a few offers, Stevie, if that's what you want. I mean, I can pay for that stuff right away if that's what you need. $40. Yeah, sure.
Wink calls himself the numbers guy, but he ain't got shit on me. Somebody says, "Hey, how much you want for that book? Where do you think first place I'm gonna go is?" I'm gonna go see what that thing's selling for, and then cut him a deal cheaper than what the lowest sold price is, and call it a deal.
You guys, I can show you a rare book if you want to see one.
A rarer, or would you say?
Yeah, it's like a rare, a harder to find print.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you got that. I was trying to bid on that son of a bitch the other day, and I lost. I had somebody snipe me at the last second.
DC variant. Yeah, man, that's cool.
That Wonder Woman Joker cover with that DC logo on there.
Yeah.
A DC universe.
Yeah, pretty hard to find these in the DC Universe labels.
Huh. What number is that? Wonder Woman what?
97?
97, and is that a variant or is that the regular? I mean, other than the DC.
Yeah, it's the regular cover. It's just a DC Universe.
DC. Yeah.
Have a good night, Pages.
See you, Pages.
Thanks for stopping in for a little bit. Sorry,
Man,
I didn't interrupt.
That's cool. I wouldn't mind having that one. That'd be a cover buy for me. That cover's sick.
Yeah,
that's what I was doing. I saw one not too long ago.
Nice cover.
Yeah. What's funny is immediately when you held that up for a split second, my brain went Exorcist.
That's another. I want to say it's a Brian Bolden cover.
Yeah.
Yep. And
I love Bolden's take on the Joker.
Yeah.
He's the one that designed Joker for.
In the comments that CGC doesn't note that on the label, and he's correct. And I did that purposefully when I submitted the book. I wrote that in the comments, DC Universe label, on purpose, and they didn't put that on the label.
No, they don't recognize it for some reason.
So I was a little disappointed that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Choo Choo? Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Every time I go on somebody's show and they show books, I end up leaving after the chat's over. I end up on eBay. You guys suck. You guys spend more of my money than I do. So I want that Wonder Woman. I don't care if it's the DC label or not. I'd just like to have that cover.
It's an affordable book. You can get this book for like $15.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. If you don't go for the DC label thing,
you
can find that DC label for $15-20 on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they don't recognize it as a rare, but it actually is a rare. It's a rare variant to get, but they don't write. Like if you get a slab with the Marc Jewelers inside, I'm pretty sure they recognize your Marc Jewelers on your slab, but they won't recognize that rare. I got one that I got to pick up of the DC Universe logo, I got one in my pull box at the LCS. I found it in a near mint, just in their backstock boxes. But I was already leaving there, spending about $40 or something like that on some back issues. So I'm like, hey, let me just sit this back here. You know, I'm gonna get. I mean, I've been shopping with these guys since 2006 or some shit, 14 years. So they're like, yeah, okay, we'll put it back there. They know I'm gonna get it. And when I get a chance to pick it up, that's gonna be my first Universe logo. I can't wait to get it.
Huh.
I don't have any right now.
Yeah.
But I got one waiting for me in my box.
Yeah. I need to get it.
This
What
will be
number? What
but I
number
would-
was that Wonder Woman again? Damn you, Mark.
It's Wonder Woman number 97.
Number 97. I'm looking for that one. I want that one.
Yeah, you can. I'm telling you, if you just go on eBay and just search for Wonder Woman 97, don't even type in DC Universe. Sometimes people will just sell them on there and they won't even note it.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
that's
don't even know what they
that's
have.
that's what I'll do. I kind of want that book now, damn it. That's cool.
Just the cover
I
alone.
don't think I've ever seen that one.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
Yeah. That's
Because
a
the one
bad,
I was looking
I'm bad cover buy. I'm bad at it, man.
I've been trying to be better at not buying these covers, just trying to stay away from because you get into a big rabbit hole real quick.
Oh, they have already. I'm already guilty. I'm as guilty as they all get. I don't care. I look at some of these indie books that I have no intentions of reading, never heard of, but god dang, that cover is awesome. I want that book. So
yeah, the indies been putting out some crazy nice covers.
Oh yeah, I got Squatchy. I saw it and I had to get it for him, and even though he's a turd, but some Battle Fairy and the Yeti. Have you heard of that?
Nope.
Man, it's a like a Kickstarter almost, I think, comic, but they had one with a Bigfoot on the cover holding the little fairy in his hand, and I was like, oh dude, it was like a foil cover. So I had to get it.
Seen this before, but this is also one of the same cover artists that Brian Bullard that did that. That's why he's one of my favorite takes on the Joker. Oh, sorry guys. He designed the one from the Killing Joke.
Yeah, I have that one.
Oh yeah, yep.
Like you guys might have seen it. What I like about this was it was like this promotional use only.
Yeah, there's a store variant, only one, and I think the one per store. I think.
Yeah, well,
oh, that's really cool.
You get two. I think maybe it was two, and that was it. Because I think my LCS said that they had gotten two of them in. Somebody had bought one moments before I did, and then I kind of come in, and this one was just sitting there, and so I snagged it up real quick.
Yeah, I've got that one somewhere. I snagged one up too.
Yeah, that's Brian Bullard's take on the Joker.
It's
awesome.
Why
I love his covers. That's why I wanted that Wonder Woman one. The one I was looking at wasn't even the universe. I just wanted it for the cover.
Now my girlfriend collects Looney Tunes stuff, and I'm on eBay and looking for Looney Tunes stuff for her collection, and stumbled on all those DC comics with the Looney Tune variants, and I was like, oh god! So now I'm on a rabbit hole of these things. I got about 20 of them, and there's still like 20 more out there.
Maybe it was a one per store.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure.
It was a one per. I could have swore they said they had two. Maybe they did. Maybe they were talking about another book, but maybe I grabbed the only one and got lucky.
Yeah, that's what everything I read said. One per store variant. I've got one. I just don't know where it's at. I can't.
I don't know what it's going for, but I've actually another one that I think about getting slapped on. What would you think?
It's actually dropped in value a lot. I just saw it on eBay up there, and I think I saw one for like $12 sold.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of plummeted. I was disappointed too because I paid more for it than
it's a cover and it's a PC book for me.
Huh?
It's a cover book and it's a PC book for me because I love
that's me too. I bought it because I don't ever buy. I never buy you know, if I buy a cover by it's because I like the cover. It ain't because I think it's going to be valuable or anything.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I mean, I got a stack full of Super Sons comics that prove that point. Everybody knows those. Everybody assumes that those things are never going to be worth any money, but I love them, and I got a bunch of them. I'm telling you though, they keep teasing that John Kent's going to be on the Superman CW series.
You know what? I'm so pissed though. Apparently they're adding some other son.
Yeah, it's twins.
That's not even ever part of the comic book. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, it's going to be twins.
I don't even care if you would have called him Damian Kent. Just give him the name. Something.
No, there's rumor that Damian Wayne is going to make an appearance. They're going to make some kind of. I think they're going to make some kind of Super Sons episode, but I don't think it's going to be ongoing. You know, be nice if they did a spinoff. I keep telling people, and I still think this, that the DC streaming service universe wanted to make a really great animated series. That Super Sons would be awesome. You know, if they can get away from seeing how many times they can drop an F-bomb in all their content, they're for big boys now.
I heard that they were canceling the DC streaming service. Is that true?
I hadn't heard that.
I thought I heard that from someone the other day that they were going to be ending it soon. I don't know if they didn't get enough subscribers or what the case was.
Well, some of the content might jump straight over to that HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Because AT&T now owns the whole conglomerate. So AT&T would be running the HBO Max, and they would have to be putting content on the DC Universe, when they could basically just kind of move everything as DC Universe onto the HBO Max.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I heard that they want to try to keep something dedicated just to their DC fans.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're now, not that you could watch some of the other stuff. Like I know, what's that top? The Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
The Doom Patrol. That's going to be on Max. So you'll be able to watch it on one or the other.
I just heard that CW just bought the rights to the Swamp Thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know how. I heard that too, and I was confused. I'm like, how does CW buy rights to something? CW is another branch of Warner Brothers that also got bought by AT&T. So one AT&T just already owned the whole damn thing.
So I don't believe it was
divisions.
I don't believe it was buying the rights to the actual production of future episodes. I think it was just the rights to actually air the first season.
Everything comics. It's so hard to figure out what. There's the parent company, then there's subsidiaries of the parent company that can, operate as semi-independent kind of like franchises, like Burger King. Burger King owns Burger King, but you as an individual can own a Burger King. You know what I mean? But you still have to follow franchise specifications and stuff.
Are you saying the air that season that was just recently on the DC Universe? Because that was no way at all made for regular TV.
The what was?
That's the Swamp Thing show. You could not put that on a regular channels. That was made about content.
10 minutes of the first episode.
I watched the first 30 minutes and then I stopped. I don't know what happened, but
I loved it.
I don't either. It's not that I was bored or I didn't enjoy it. I just fell asleep.
Yeah.
I think I'm narcoleptic.
So good. Doom Patrol is probably their best show. I don't know. It was so good.
I like Doom Patrol. I watched the first 3 episodes.
I haven't watched any of it yet. I keep trying to watch Titans, and I like Titans. I'm a big Titans fan. And
That's the only thing I haven't watched. I haven't watched Titans yet. And I've heard it was really good.
Titans pretty good.
Yeah, I can't get through it. I keep stopping for weeks, and then I can't remember what I just watched or where I left off.
It's all, yeah, I'm old, man. Yeah. I'm
Their
ready to go
origin,
home.
their origin explanation of why Grayson takes up the Nightwing mantle, though,
Wait, he
I don't
becomes
know.
that.
It's kind of weak. It's a little different. They didn't really stick with the core reasons why he
Yeah.
ever became it, and it's kind of, I don't know.
To me, it sounds like he's just got this big vendetta and beef with Batman, and he's just, it's the whole, from what I watched for it, there's a lot of up yours to Batman references in it. And
Well, he's trying to. If you watch it all, it explains why they got him. During the 2 seasons, he and Bruce, they kind of get close again or whatnot, but it's they
I
have.
was like, dang, I don't remember there being that much hostility between Dick Grayson and Batman and Bruce Wayne. I mean, a little bit, but it was kind of pretty. Like I said, it seemed like the DC streaming universe, all their shows were more concerned about pushing the issue that they're adult content rather than telling good stories.
Like Spec Collector said, that Swamp Thing came out. It was really dark, and it was really big.
I want to watch it.
James Wan, who's a renowned, the horror director, he put that together, and it was fantastic. You could tell they were using more than almost just like a TV budget. The outfit, the Swamp Thing outfit, were like made for the big screen. The special effects was like they were made for the big screen, and that's why I think they had to cut it 3 episodes. Because one of the things was like, wait a minute, you guys don't even have money left to pay for the city and all this other. There's a lot of finances involved, but it was so good. The costumes, the effects. I mean, that shit was made where it could have been a 2+ hour movie on the big screen.
Yeah,
it was so good.
And that's what I heard. It was too bad that the town or the city, stopped funding, because that was lost jobs that they had, for the show, and the show was very promising from what I was hearing, and it was too bad that it came to that.
Yeah.
And I was agreeing with Spec Collector. I want to see a Lobo series. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I do too. I want to.
HBO. I heard HBO's doing one.
Did you guys happen to watch the 2nd series of Krypton on Sci-Fi?
I was just going to ask you about that. Did you watch that?
Lobo was on there for a few episodes, and the actual actor, I think he was an Australian actor that played Lobo, was really good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it got cut by Sci-Fi because of low ratings, but he actually did a really good job, and he was funny.
Huh. I have to check that. That's pretty wild. Hey guys, man, I hate to do this and bail, but it's almost 10 o'clock. Time got away from me, and I'm running late now. I was
just going to show you some books from the Chew Box.
Okay, go ahead. I've
noticed that Choo Choo's in the chat here. Some things that came in.
Go big, yeah.
This is some of the type of stuff that you can get from a Choo Choo Box, man. I was blown away by it.
Ninja Turtle. Is that
but it's also the retailer exclusive cover by Easton. Here's one of my favorites to come out of there.
Oh, nice.
And everything was a fine plus or better grade.
Nice.
And then this book right here was only like 400 copies that printed.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I'm telling you, Stevie, you wanted to jump on a box, man. That Choo Choo box.
He's out. Oh man.
That's good book. I have that book. Nice.
First appearance of the tarantula, but that's one of the ones I don't have again. So now I want back. Yeah.
For more early 25-cent Amazing Spider-Man, Another Virgin cover came out of it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one a couple times.
Here's my favorite one. I love this book.
Oh,
You
I have
watch the
that
video?
one. That's a
Oh,
Midtown
nice.
Comics exclusive. I have that
Yep.
one.
It's
That was another
Midtown.
cover buy for me. I love it.
I
So-
love one of my current favorite artists that's out there. He's the one that did this. As soon as I see him, if you watch the video, I'm like, oh my God. All of a sudden, the name eludes me. Oh, yeah. I was like, as soon as I see this, I'm like, holy shit, that looks like a Bermejo cover.
Yeah.
Ali Bermejo. He does such fantastic work right now.
Yeah, that was
an amazing cover. That Midtown exclusive. I jumped on one of them from their website when it came out. I bought one off their website because I love that cover so much.
And that wasn't even everything. That wasn't even everything that came out of Choose Mystery Box. Those were some of the main things, and then I got that slab. I mean, he blew it away.
yeah. Looks like it, man. That's a good box.
100 shipped, and I think getting back about like 150.
Yeah.
So you said this was you said a Choo Choo mystery box?
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to think he did 25 box run or something like that.
I think it was 30. I think he did a
30,
30
maybe it
box.
was 30. I don't remember.
But
All I know
he's
he put
done.
them up, but the day he put them up, I'm like, my claim, mine.
I'm guessing they're already sold out. They sold out.
Tim, the comic collector, bought the last box yesterday.
I think he's going to be doing another round now.
Yeah, I'm sure. That reminds me, dang it, Michael Ackery was doing a second round today. Shit, I hope I didn't miss him. I may have missed him. He may be sold out already. I'll have to hit him up.
Yeah, Acre did some good stuff too in those.
Yeah, he's the one that sent me that Thor button. So
Oh, here he is right there. Yeah.
So
True.
Tim said,
next time if you do one, I want to probably get in on that as well.
yeah, Tim said he bought the last box last night. He got the very last one. So
God damn you, Tim.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Tim jumped all over it. Right here he is.
Tim, he got the Ackery. He got it. I don't know if he's got any more or not, but I'll have to hit him up, see if make sure he hadn't sold out. But I told him I wanted one, but I forgot.
Yeah, I think this is for Marc. I'll hit him up on it.
Just for that, Tim, I'm gonna have to show you this book.
Hold on, we're gonna get you.
Yeah, Tim.
Take that, Tim.
Yeah.
Take that, Tim.
Don't get on eBay and get it before me. My battery's about to die on my phone too.
That's one of them covers I could just look at for a few minutes before I put it down.
Yeah.
It's like, man, Wonder Woman's never looked freakier. And she's
It did.
still hot.
It looked. It just looked like that chick from The Exorcist at first glance until like my eyes focused right. I was like, "Oh, dude." That would have been cool too because I'm a huge fan of The Exorcist movie. Bought 2 Ackery boxes. Damn it! I need to get over there. I need to get off here anyway. I got 20% on my phone, and my charger is not here. So
And that one must be for you, Marc.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
gotta
we're
get
gonna
you
cut
guys.
off anyways. You know, like I said, a couple hours. I got the wifey out there.
Tim's
so-
like claim.
Yeah, damn it.
What's he doing? Claim? No,
Yeah.
sorry, Tim. No, not yet. I'm thinking about. Okay, but I do have to ask Marc to see if he wants to be my first. Marc, you're more of a Marvel guy, right?
Yeah, I'm more of a Marvel guy. I collect all 3, like Indie and DC, but mainly in my collection it's Marvel.
Okay. I don't know if you want to be my first competitor.
Competitor for what?
I was kind of inspired by Burke. Love watching Burke stuff. He's a fellow DC guy, but I'm trying to put up somebody who knows Marvel to go up against my DC. And what it would be is we're gonna get the panel can decide, and you'll get like 10 Marvel superheroes. And I don't, they have to be the good guys, a good alignment, not just 10 characters. And then I'll get 10 DC villains, but they got to be villains. And 10 would have to battle 10. So we wouldn't know each other's role. You would say, okay, my number 10 is this guy. Say my number 10 is this guy. And then,
Hey, wait, I can bring 10. I can bring 10 popular Valiant hero. Oh wait, no wait, never mind. Valiant doesn't have any popular.
you lost, Stevie. You already lost. I don't know exactly what data I want to put together, but here's the thing. Here would be the trick on it, Mark. My character, okay, kind of almost like a fight type thing. My character gets to stay until one, say like my 10 beats your 10. Now your 9 has to fight him until the chat votes that my guy loses.
Oh, okay.
You see how kind of
Last man standing.
My guy, it ain't just 10-10. My guy wins, and then you move on. It's more of like my guy gets to continue to stay in there until one of your characters actually the chat would say this guy loses.
That sounds fun. I'd watch.
Yeah.
But I have to get out of here, guys. I'm late.
All right.
I'm going to shut it down too. It's been a couple hours. Wifey's out there and everything, but I want to throw to Mark and see what he thought about something like that.
I like it. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a fun idea. I think the chat will get a good kick out of it as well.
Yeah, I'd love to watch that.
Chat will decide. Get somebody like John's, because he does it on the other show with Boy Who Had 7.
Yep.
Now another person like John who's really good at kind of watching the chat. John's comics with kids, and so where he can call it. And once he says he can call it, if my guy beats yours, your guy is gone. Mine has to, or if your guy beats my guy's gone, and I got to. But it's not just like I said. It's not just 10 any Marvel characters. They have to be in the good alignment side.
Yeah, we can talk about that behind the scenes if you want to chat on IG. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that on IG if you want to talk behind the scenes. We can do that.
Yep. I'd watch it. It'd be fun.
I have to work out the details on it. I was going to reach out to John and see if he'd kind of be that judge. Cool. I think I have you on IG anyways, Mark. I believe so.
Yeah, it's if not, it's the same. It's Marc Spector _comics. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure I have you on there, and unless I've talked to you on here, so I'd have to look. But if not, I can type in the search Marc Spector. But I'd be shocked if I don't already have. If that I'm not following you already.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. You two can hash it out, and I'll talk to you guys later on.
All right.
All right, later, Stevie.
All right. We'll see you. Bye.
All right.
But yeah, that's definitely something we could definitely play out. I remember last time when I found out that you go onto the host channel, I ended up losing against Burke with the DC characters, even though I thought I had the better characters. But that's what made the game fun.
Yeah, like I said, it would be a little bit different for the simple fact that it almost kind of be like old video game style where the old style was like your guy and make some blows and then as you kind of eliminate the characters.
Yep.
So it's kind of like last team standing.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I definitely already have like a few characters off the bat I can think of.
Yeah, I've been doing because I've been searching like this whole wiki of everything that's villain. Some of them's tough because, and I'm like just some names. I'm not gonna say they would or wouldn't be in there, but it's like, how do I classify Deathstroke? He's villain.
Yeah, he's a villain.
People, but he's not, I guess, bad per se. He's an assassin. It's one of those where is he good? Is he bad? He's,
I think most people would classify him as a villain. I would at least.
Well, I'm not saying that he would be on because there's so many that you have to go through.
Right.
So, but yeah, I've actually been looking at a few of them already, and Was going to reach out to some people, you know. I'm like, wait a minute, this guy sound like Marc's a Marvel guy because he took the Marvel side against Burke.
Yep. Yeah. And a good way to do it is just go right on to Key Collector, and they have like a villain section on there. And you can quickly just grab like a bunch of villains if you wanted to.
On the Key Collector app?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to like a wiki page and it was like DC's villains, and it just gave this long list of them alphabetically.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yep, that works. Yeah,
Well, you hit on A and it would come out with everybody that's A, B, everybody that's B.
I'm on there right now. Actually, Key Collector has a DC top 50 villains section. It's already all set for you if you wanted to use it.
Because I think DC's got some. I get into some of the other guys like Blitz and a few other those. He's a big Marvel guy and shit, but I get into all the time about how Marvel's got all the popularity, but DC's got just stronger characters. To me, they've just been created. I think they got more iconic villains. A lot of people can't name Marvel iconic villains. Their heroes stand out more.
Well, it depends. I guess it depends, and if you are familiar with the Marvel characters, that's what it comes down to. There's a lot of good Marvel villains out there, but if you're more onto the DC side, you may not necessarily know. Like me, I'm more of a Marvel guy. I don't know a lot of the DC villains. I know some of the key players,
right?
But I don't know. There's a lot of like mid-tier and lower-tier, villains that I'm not familiar with.
I mean, even when I think of Red Skull, Red Skull's supposed to be Captain America's biggest enemy. When I think of him as like,
he's like his arch enemy.
He doesn't really usually seem that difficult to beat, though. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, Tim. Marvel has Magneto, which even in recent times, Magneto, where does he fall of it? Because X-Men, all of a sudden, they got him.
I guess it depends on who's writing him at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely a classic, villain for X-Men.
You got somebody as great as Hulk, but who's truly a nemesis? Abomination?
For who? Hulk? Yeah, you got the Abomination. You have
he always seems to go down quick to people that's not even the Hulk.
Who else do you got? You got the I can't even think of his name now. You got Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, but he's Red Hawk. He's actually a good guy.
But I guess there's
I guess I look at because he's been part of Avengers and different things like that. So I look at that would be like saying Venom because he was lethal protector. Though Venom battled Spider-Man, he was bad. Well, but Venom's not bad. At this point, Venom's more of a vigilante more than anything else.
Well, who else was I thinking of? There's another big villain for Hulk. Just can't think of his name right now. Just give me a second, and I'll find out who it is.
When we're thinking symbiotes, I guess you could go Carnage.
Yeah,
Carnage to me is probably the biggest Marvel villain.
And more recently, you got Null.
Yes, Null.
Which is just completely broadened the whole Marvel universe right now with the whole character. I just can't think of this guy's name. But the leader.
Hulk ever fight Galactus? I want to say he did.
Yeah, Hulk fights everybody. Who hasn't the Hulk fought?
Well, Hulk became Galactus. I don't remember that storyline. I don't remember that storyline.
Recently in the Immortal Hulk series, I believe he I forget if he fought him or if he absorbed him. I forget what it was.
Yeah, that was that issue 25. It's really
He did something. Yeah, he did something with Galactus. I forget what it
that
was.
issue was so. I read it because I got the Immortal Hawk. I realized I'm a Marvel DC guy too, and I got that Immortal Hawk run in like that issue 25. There was parts of reading that was actually damn confusing.
That issue was crazy.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? There was this massive hawk that was bigger than freaking planets and shit, and it's like, well, where the hell did that come from? It wasn't that way in issue 24.
Yeah.
But now there was a massive ass hawk. But at the very end of that, that's what teased the character you said, teased the leader being back.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait for that series to come back. That's been a really good series. Who else is some? If you go into the Avengers, there's a lot of key villains in the Avengers. It just,
Thanos, I guess Thanos is up there.
Thanos is a big one. You got Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror is a big one. And he's fought many. He's fought Fantastic Four. He's fought the Avengers. He fights everybody. You have the Mandarin. A lot of people don't talk about the Mandarin. He's another big one against the Avengers. There's quite a bit of them out there. You say Hawk.
It just seems like whenever I read the Marvel tales, the Marvel stuff that I read, it always seems like their villains lose faster than what you would think they would.
You feel like the Marvel villains lose quicker than the DC ones? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, when it comes to fighting, I mean, do they have anything that's really like a Sinestro? I mean, it takes multiple people to beat a Sinestro. You can't. I mean, Green Lantern himself, for the most part, just can't fight Sinestro.
Yeah.
I mean, he's even more powerful in it because he feeds on fear, and we all have fear. No matter how much you don't want to have it, everybody has fear of something.
Yeah.
And that's what Sinestro feeds on. They just don't go down. So people always talk about like Xavier having the mind control, and how he can shut people down. Well, Gorilla Grodd, he has that same mind control. He gets into people's heads as well as being powerful.
I think where Marvel does better is in their cosmic villains. Their cosmic villains are much, much better than their like Earth-based villains. And they have some really, really key, like I think actually did somebody just oh yeah his Mandarin, the guy with the big head. No, that's not him. No, the Mandarin's the guy with the 10 rings. He's the actually I believe the Mandarin's going to be the key villain in the upcoming Shang-Chi movie.
He is. That's what I heard. So hopefully
he gets his powers from the 10 rings. The 10 rings all have different, types of powers, sorcery, time, you name it. It's almost like the Infinity Stones, but you got 10 different power levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the Marvel, the Marvel key villains are more on the cosmic base. They have like you got like Galactus.
Yeah.
You have the Living Tribunal. You have Silver Surfer, which early on was a villain, but he became obviously different. But who else you got? That's
Kang the Conqueror.
Who?
Kang
the Conqueror is another one.
I guess I would give him Doom. I think Dr. Doom is probably their most iconic villain.
Dr. Doom, yeah. Dr. Doom is but he's not
probably Marvel's most iconic villain to me.
Yeah, he's obviously the biggest, Fantastic Four villain. But then you got like the other ones from Thor. You got a lot of those other villains from Thor that a lot of people don't talk about. With the Loki, obviously Loki's a big one. You should know. You're the Thunder God. You got some good villains. You should know.
He actually doesn't have, outside of Loki, Enchantress. I mean, Enchantress is one of the big ones.
Is one.
Hela, but even Hela, she is basically this queen of hell. So, then of course, there's all the frost giants and I can't remember that damn. He's recently been in Immortal Hulk, but he's actually more of a Thor villain than anything else. He's the Minotaur.
Oh, the Minotaur. Yeah, he was just in the last few. And Doc Samson's been showing up quite a bit lately. He's been another fun character. Oh, I forget Annihilus. Annihilus is another big character that people don't know about. MODOK's another Avengers villain. Nice. And there's quite a bit. You just got, if you do a little bit of digging, you can find some. And if you get into Doctor Strange, you got Dormammu, Mordo. You got a lot of them. It's just but I do agree. I think a lot of the DC villains are more longer lasting. They don't go down as easier as the Marvel characters, and I would agree until it gets to like the cosmic level. Then obviously it's a different story. But yeah,
I mean, the first Doctor Strange is like Dormammu for a little bit, and then he keeps killing him. And he's supposed to be the Almighty, and he's tricked. To me, he was tricked. So, and I love the movie; it's one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Great, yeah.
But was just all of a sudden it's a time thing. He puts it on time loops. So instantly, Dormammu's tricked, and it happened with only about that last 15 minutes. I'm like, so Dormammu's a threat for like the last 15 minutes, and then he's beaten. I'm thinking, Dormammu, he's like the one that should have been like. It would have took a lot longer to trick them to be like just to get pissed off because there's a time loop on.
I think we'll get more of him back in the next movie. We'll see more of his actual like cosmic powers instead of him kind of just like being pushed aside and get tricked, which I thought was kind of silly. But yeah, there you go. Spec Collector's got some good ones. Surtur.
Main guy, Gore. I remember the Gore, the God Butcher. I read that whole storyline.
Yep.
Surtur, the fire demon. Yeah,
I like Surtur.
You say the story, I mean to destroy your armor? Because that whole living armor, that's pretty damn tough too.
Yep. The big safeguard of the gems that they had down in the basement. Yeah, that destroy is pretty sick.
But I do like what Tim has to say here. It's that DC's characters, a lot of them's been around longer.
Are they iconic because they've been around longer, or is it what makes them iconic? Is kind of what I want to delve into. Because Marvel characters have been around just as long.
Some of them,
not all.
Most of our known Marvel right now that's actually being given to us, a core only goes back as far as Stan Lee doing them, starting about 1963 or so. Mm-hmm. Almost anything before it was called Marvel, Namor was there, and then the Human Torch which got a makeover.
You got Namor, you had Captain America, and then you had the Human Torch. And that was basically it.
And that's basically that's what I'm saying. You can go back to Superman's the 40s, Batman's the 40s, Aquaman's the 40s, Wonder Woman's the 40s.
Later.
They're still within the 40s. We're talking a lot of them, is 20 years before Stan Lee started building. That we consider now the pinnacle of comics. And I'm not going to say that a lot of the stuff, because Stan Lee did it, is not the pinnacle. I think some stuff that DC has that legacy of, because a lot of the characters that you see go back 20 plus years before Stan Lee. Stan Lee changed the game to where DC had to step up and go, wait a minute, this stupid shit that we've been doing through the 50s now isn't going to work.
Right.
And then we started seeing some better Silver Age Batman, some stuff like that. So Stan made everybody else step up their game. So, but even stuff like Hawkman, a lot of these characters, Flash. I even want to say Barry Allen Flash. I want to say, and I could be wrong, people, but I even want to say Barry Allen Flash goes back to at least the 50s.
Yeah, I think Barry Allen came in the 60s. Jay Garrick was the one that came earlier.
Well, Jay Garrick came early 40s with Justice Society.
I think Barry Allen came in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. It could be wrong. But yeah, and
so you've been going Barry Allen that's been around since then. Hal Jordan, I want to say, because I think them and Tim's probably going to know this on there, but I think those were late 50s still, because like I said, they had to they changed some things up from their different universes.
Oh yeah, yep, you're right. Barry Allen came in 56. Yep.
And even Hal Jordan was around that time.
Yeah,
so you're even talking about those things almost 10 years prior. So I think that's what makes even like the Barry Allens and the Hal Jordans and the Martian Man. I can't remember Martian Manhunter, but you know what I'm saying? These type of heroes was been around so much longer than what, because nobody talks about Marvel pre-Stan Lee for the most part. They were there. I think they were called Timely Comics.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, in the 40s they were Timely.
But nobody talks about any. And they had heroes. But what do we think about Stan Lee's stuff? Fantastic Four, Namor, Silver Surfer, the biggest probably of all of them, Thor, Spider-Man. Then they kind of eased Captain America into that bunch by saying he was here in the early 40s, and then all of a sudden in the 60s it was because he got frozen.
Yeah, there's been some good comments coming up in the chat.
Let's go back in here a little bit.
But yeah, you're right. Back in the 40s, when Timely, Marvel, was coming out, they were more known for their iconic covers. If you looked at some of their World War II covers with like Namor, Human Torch on them, they were done by like a lot of the classic Alex Schomburg covers, and they were just great covers, and the story wasn't great at all. Whereas back then you were getting a lot of great DC stories and iconic covers as well. It wasn't, like you said, until Stan Lee got into the game is when they started tying it in together.
Okay, we're going to go through. Tim's got a lot of the stuff going on here, and I don't want to ignore. We just got talking. My wife's going to kick my ass. I told her I'd try to seal it off in about 2 hours. Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of people can't argue that. I mean, Superman, if they don't put the Superman character out there, I mean, he was the first one. He's evolved.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. Superman's definitely, the reason where the industry is where it is.
Yeah, a lot of the Joker goes back to Batman issue 1, and he's still here.
Yep, that's by definition.
Black Manta goes back as far as I can remember, as well as far as Aquaman. Luthor's been here since the early 40s.
Yep.
Like I said, with the exception of Red Skull, a lot of those characters you're talking about were created post Stan Lee, or actually, by Stan Lee.
By Stan Lee, mainly, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I think there's more of a.
They basically have like 20 years on Marvel when it comes to that.
What do we got here? Yeah, DC does. I mean, we're getting an 80th anniversary Joker coming out.
Yep.
I mean, because he's not maybe the most powerful. There's probably galactic villains or whatever that could smash the Joker. But is there any more iconic villain face than the Joker?
Right. Yeah.
Is there someone that can say, like, hey, Joker? Oh, yeah, I know that. I mean,
he's
I
not
know
like a
non-comic
super
book fans.
strong
like to
villain
say,
by any means. He's what I call a street level villain.
yeah,
You know, he's very iconic. He's great at what he does. And that's why people love the character.
here's another one. Because it tied in Joker and Batman, two
Later,
from the
Tim.
early 40s, it's Batman Who Laughs has just become, one of the best villains out there right now.
Yeah.
Hey, take it easy, Tim. Thanks for stopping by.
Have a good night, Tim. But yeah, I'm probably gonna head out too. It's getting late over here. It's almost 11:30.
Oh, me too. I'm East Coast
And
time. We both
I gotta
are.
get up in the morning. I got work at 7. But thanks for having me on. We'll have
At
to.
any time, Mark. Anytime. I love having you on here. Looking at your collection, getting your opinion on things. I mean, I value that, man.
Yeah, same here. Definitely. We'll have to connect in the backstage, and we'll talk about that new series. Definitely. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I like that one. Could be a week, maybe even a couple weeks in the work, but I want to figure out a date and time that's good and give people at least enough time to do the research. Because, like I said, if they're going to be one where 10-10, okay, I win, and then move on to 9-9. This is going to be one where if my guy wins, you better, your best guy better be strong enough.
Oh yeah.
It's going to come down to you better have a dude to take out number 10, or I better have a dude to take out number 10. Or I like it that way because it starts to give you where do you put your.
Have a good night, James.
Have a good one, James. Thanks. Where do you put your brute? You put them at the end so you can try to take stuff out. To me, it's almost like a game of chess. So that's what I was thinking. Well, because do I put my brutes on there? Can I take as many characters out?
Or do you put them in the beginning and try to do that, like you said? I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Or do I go, okay, well, I got the Superman. I'll be having the bad guys. I'm saying, like, if you were at DC, DC's good, you want to go, well, I got Superman. Do I want to put him here at 10? Or do I want to save him in case my guys get knocked out to see if Superman can, go 4-0 or whatever it is? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where do you put those brutes? You know?
I think that's what's going to make it fun.
That's why it looked a little bit different. It ain't going to be like, okay, 10-10, check mark for the bad guys. Let's move on to 9-9. It's going to be 10 ain't going anywhere. 10's not going anywhere until he's beat.
Right. Yeah.
And then I wanted to reach out to John's Comics with Kids and see if he didn't mind coming on and helping us do the chat or whatever.
Yeah. No,
I've seen him do moderator stuff before.
On there moderating, taking care of the votes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just be one less thing that we have to do when we're, talking and discussing the actual characters. But I think I'll end it at that. I'll say have a good night. Thanks for having me on again, and thanks for everybody on the chat. Had a good time discussing, tonight's topic. It was fun.
Oh yeah. All right. Be safe out there, Mark. All right, everybody. That's the show. Like I said, I'm going to leave links to both Stevie B and Mark's channels in the description. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in. If you're watching this on the rewind, please go ahead and sub to everybody's channel. Give this a like. Give me some thumbs up. We all appreciate that. And some comments. So hope to see y'all again. And until the next time, community, stay worthy.